Just banging on the.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that was the.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Reader, Assistant Director of Planning. In the absence of a chair or vice chair, I will call our meeting to order at 5:32 p.m. Maybe we'll have a roll call.
Member Hanson,
Present.
member Bachman,
Present.
member Hare,
Here.
member Maritzi,
Here.
member Monica Hitchcock.
Here.
Member McCready
Here.
and member
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Here.
Everyone present and we do have a forum.
I think it's by Sydney. It's not.
Great, may we please have the staff report on the posting of the agenda?
Yeah, the agenda for the meeting was posted for public review at the City Hall bulletin board and the website of Council Chambers in accordance with the city.
Great, do the board members have any revisions to our agenda, including any requests to remove things from consent? Seeing none. May I please have a motion to approve the agenda?
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
All right, so we have a motion by member Hare and a second by member Marucci. Is there any discussion? In that case, let's call the question. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. We now move on to public comment. This time has been set aside for members of the public to address the Historic Site Preservation Board on agenda items and items of general interest within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. Although the Historic Site Preservation Board values your comments pursuant to the Brown Act, it generally cannot take action on any items not listed on the posted agenda. There will be 3 minutes assigned for each speaker. Testimony for public hearings will be taken at the time of the hearing. Please keep in mind that there are no scheduled public hearings today, so if you have any comment on agenda items and wish to speak now, then please do so. Oh. And then anybody who is in the participant chat on the Zoom, please signify that by desire to testify by raising your hand. We're using the raise hand function. Does anybody request to comment on non-public hearing items?
No public comments were received.
All right. Seeing none, we can close the public comment and proceed to the next item on the agenda, which is the election of officers. To assist in that, I'm going to ask our first city clerk to come forward and lead us in that process.
Good afternoon. I will make this pretty quick.
So at this time, Brenda Priest, City Clerk, at this time, I'll take any nominations for chair are in order at this time. So if any one of you would like to make a motion to.
I would like to make a motion, please. I would make a motion that member Hanson be in the position for chair of the HSPB.
Okay, are there any further nominations? Seeing none, we'll accept the nominations are closed at this time and you will signify by unanimous consent, or hopefully no one's made another nomination for the nomination of Janet.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you want the job?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Don't usually ask if the person. I'm okay with it. The only thing I did wanna mention was that, I will not be at the next meeting. So it'd be like the first full I would be missing. So if that's a problem for anyone.
We'll miss you.
I haven't missed a meeting in years and I don't intend to miss any. But so.
And it's renewed every year? There's a new vote every okay.
Seeing none without objection, the nominations are closed. And we will have Janet Hanson be the nominee by unanimous consent. Anyone please stand against? Anyone, any opposition?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Admitted, that's why you sat there.
No, I moved actually over, so I wasn't in the middle.
So now we'll open the floor for nominations for the office of vice chair. Are there any nominations for the office of vice chair?
Yes, may I also, and I will preface this by saying that I did ask the nominee in advance. But I would like to nominate a member Bachman for vice chair.
Do we have any further nominations? Seeing none, we'll move that this nomination period is closed. And I will also call for your participation to say whether or not you agree or disagree to nominate Kurt Bachman as your vice chair.
Agreed.
As seeing no oppositions, then by unanimous consent, Kurt Bachman would be your vice chair.
Congratulations.
So at this time, I will call for a motion to accept the election of Janet Hanson as your chair and Kirk Bachman as your vice chair. I please receive a motion.
I would like to make a motion that member Hanson be vice chair and member Bachman be, I'm sorry, member Hanson be chair and member Bachman be vice chair for this term of the HSBB.
And I'll second that.
Clerk, may you do a roll call, please?
Member Hanson,
Yes.
member Bachman,
Yes.
member Hare,
Yes.
member Maritzi,
Yes.
member Mashka Hitchcock,
Yes.
member McCready,
Yes.
member Panessa.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion carries 7-0. So, Janet Hanson will serve as your chair. Kirk Bachman will serve as your vice chair.
Congratulations. Yeah.
And with our newly elected chair and vice chair, I will turn this remaining script over to you and the meeting over to your jurisdiction.
Right. Well, thanks. Nothing like being thrown in the deep end, right? Okay, so the next item on the agenda is the consent calendar. Which is approval of the minutes from the June 3rd, 2025 HSPB meeting. Are there any edits or comments or to the minutes? No, no one? I do have one real minor thing. I noticed that page 3 is, well, there's 3 pages. It says 1, 2, and 2, so it should be pages 1, 2. Very efficient. But I need my reading glasses, not my sunglasses. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the minutes on the consent count?
I move to approve the minutes on the consent calendar.
And a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Actually,
It's abstention.
we should have 2 abstentions.
Yeah.
For member 7, 5 yeses and 2 abstentions. Sorry, I should have pointed that out earlier. Okay, tonight we do not have any public hearings on the excluded consent calendar. We have no unfinished business and no new business. Next item is reports, requests, and comments, brief comments or issues of concern from members of the board. We are gonna have, as you noticed, a workshop in a little while, so I don't know if there was anything maybe not included in the workshop that you wanted to make a comment on, or
I have, just
no
one comment.
comment?
I noted today that the Palm Springs Post had an article on Modernism Week and the scholarships that they have given out and the organizations that they have supported and how much that is all in in support of historic preservation in Palm Springs, and I just wanted to put into the record that the board, someone on the board mentioned it. And just in the terms of a thumbs up, a pat on the back, and a well done.
Any other board members? I just had one item I wanted to bring up that I had mentioned previously, but I think it was in the similar section of the agenda, and I don't think we ever got an actual response or an answer. As you know, as a certified local government, board members are required to report training every year as part of the annual report. And since I've been on the board, there's never been any particular encouragement of attending conferences or online symposiums. And, you know, some of them I think this day and age are free or pretty minimal cost, but I think I had asked if there was any funding available for board members to attend either something online or in person. I realize if it's not local, you know, travel costs and all that, which are not usually covered, but I think it would be great if board members started doing some annual training that we can honestly report. And of course, we've had our own symposium, which we're all a part of and learned from, but so if we could maybe check into that, if there's any funding available, if there is there, would there be a minimum per board member? And then maybe a staff item could be potentially, I don't know, is Sarah, if you are on the listserv for the Certified Local Government Program or California Preservation Foundation, because they do send out emails of all of the training that's available, again, either online or in person, as well as other organizations that you might find of interest.
Yeah, and I receive notifications all the time about training. It's good training. And I would encourage all of us to be a member of the California Preservation Foundation, just because you'll learn a lot. And they do Southern California training, even though they're based up in Northern California. But I remember when I was first involved in this sort of thing, CEQA training was really, really helpful. Now, again, granted, CEQA is being changed. But once it's settled in, I think I would recommend, if you haven't had CEQA training, go to one of those courses that they have, CPF organizes. Because we, obviously, we're going to be talking about CEQA tonight, so it's very complicated.
And as you mentioned, they do have a lot of online.
Yeah.
Things that are just an afternoon or a few hours, and some are even lunchtime things, so. Anyway, and I think the membership was under $50.
Yeah, it's like $45,
Yeah.
but it's worth it.
So that was it for me. Anybody else? Keep forgetting, it's me.
Yeah.
I'll do the next thing, right? Okay, moving on to staff comments, an update on any board issues of importance from staff.
No specific updates, other than we will be back in August, as with all the other votes, so something to keep in mind. And
Okay, so according to my notes, we actually will adjourning the meeting now and then moving on to the study session. So I will adjourn the meeting at 5:46 p.m. to the regularly scheduled meeting on Tuesday, September 2nd, 5:30 p.m. in the large conference room here at City Hall. Meeting adjourned. Okay.